Welcome to Know Your DNA's podcast, where we journey into the intricate landscape of DNA, health, and the innovations of at-home care. Every episode promises new discoveries, insights, and the science that impacts our daily lives. I'm Alex, and I'm thrilled to guide you through today's exploration. Let's get started. Welcome back to the Know Your DNA's podcast. Today, we have a very special guest with us, Jordan. He is a professional in the field of genetics, and today we'll be discussing DNA tests and some major concerns about privacy. So, Jordan, can we start with a brief overview? What do these at-home DNA tests offer to users?
Hello, Alex. Very good to be here. At-home DNA tests like 23andMe and AncestryDNA are indeed revolutionary in the sense that they offer easy ways to learn more about ourselves and our heritage. They provide insight into potential health risks, which can motivate users to make the right dietary and lifestyle changes to help prevent any potential congenital disorders or chromosomal conditions.
That sounds wonderful, but I've heard there's also a downside to these tests, particularly concerning data privacy.
That's correct, Alex. When we send our DNA sample to testing companies, we might also be unknowingly putting our DNA data at risk. Hackers might gain access to DNA databases and leak your information. In some cases, your DNA data could be sold or shared with third parties like pharmaceutical companies. Some DNA testing companies also retain customers' genetic information after a test is performed if the customer does not specifically request its deletion.
That does sound worrisome. So what can we do to protect ourselves?
There are a few ways to keep yourself safe. One of them is to request the company to delete your DNA testing results from their database. It's also recommended to read the company's privacy policies to know who in the company has access to your data. This is also where a well-informed decision while choosing your DNA testing company becomes crucial. Some companies are more transparent about their data handling policies than others.
Can you provide an example of a company that handles this kind of data well?
Certainly. AncestryDNA, for instance, can be considered as it allows users to delete their DNA data and account. Additionally, should a user give their consent for the data to be used in research, they can still later request the deletion of their genetic data.
Interesting. Now, Jordan, what are some known instances where genetic information was compromised?
Well, a few notable examples include MyHeritage suffering a data breach that exposed the emails and passwords of 92 million users. Although DNA data wasn't directly accessed, they were able to find people's information. There was also the instance when FamilyTreeDNA gave the FBI access to its database without a subpoena. And let's not forget the Golden State Killer investigation, which used DNA information stored by GEDmatch.
It sounds like it is crucial for everyone to be aware of these risks. What should one do if they want to delete their data from a company's database?
Each company has its procedure. For instance, 23andMe allows users to delete their account and most of the data. You can also ask them to destroy your samples. Similar processes can be followed for most other companies like AncestryDNA and LivingDNA.
Thanks, Jordan. This is very insightful, and I'm sure our listeners will benefit from this knowledge. Any final thoughts for our listeners today?
My main point would be to not let these risks prevent anyone from taking these tests. Just be aware of these potential issues and make sure to have a conversation with the testing company about their data storage and handling policies. It pays to be informed.
That's a great point, Jordan. It's about balancing the benefits of learning about your background and health with being cautious about who has access to your genetic data. Thank you so much for a fascinating conversation.
It was my pleasure, Alex.
As we conclude another enlightening episode of Know Your DNA's podcast, I hope you're leaving with a renewed sense of wonder about the world within us. From the strands of our DNA to the choices we make for our health at home, it's all a journey of understanding. I'm Alex, thanking you for being with us today. Stay informed, stay inspired, and we'll connect again soon.